Hey, this is Evan, and for this week, for my video discussion, I wanted to talk about stigma associated with mental disorders and my own experience with that. I work at a facility, primarily a substance and alcohol abuse treatment center, but we have a lot of clients that have co-occurring mental disorders, bipolar, schizophrenia, autism, and so I get to work with these people one-on-one. And I think the majority of the stigma around people with mental disorders is fear, and a lot of it is like fear of the unknown. People that haven't had a chance to actually spend time with someone with a mental disorder and see that they're a person just like anyone, just with some different things going on in their brain. There's just fear that they might be dangerous, or just a feeling of being uncomfortable. But in my experience with working with people with various mental disorders, a lot of them are some of the most amazing and sweet and kind people that I've ever met. And it takes someone with a mental disorder. It's a process of trying to find a combination of medication and therapy that can get them on the right track to where they're a little more balanced mentally. But it definitely can be done. And I think also, like, in addition to meds and therapy, one of the most beneficial things for someone with a mental disorder is just having a feeling of inclusion. And I noticed that when we get clients that are a little bit reserved and have some fear and uncomfortability from the beginning, just being inclusive and having group outings where they feel included as part of the group, like it really can help them open up. And I'm lucky to have seen some just amazing transformations working with these people one-on-one and in group settings. And unfortunately, though, one of the big fallbacks with people with mental disorders is once they find a combination of meds and therapy that are actually working for them, after a period of time, a lot of times they seem to think that they're better, to where they don't need to take the meds anymore because they feel better. And unfortunately, when that happens, they can have a pretty big regression in terms of their mental health. And it's definitely sad to see. But I think in my own experience, I think that there's a lot of hope for people with mental disorders, and so long as they're willing to be open to having changes, like that there's a great chance of not necessarily full recovery, but be able to to live happy and useful lives with whatever kind of mental disorder they may have. So that's my experience. Thank you.